Welcome back to Teddy Talks live here at RE Plus. We have a wonderful special guest. We're wrapping up with some industry experts, and we're going to talk about Doug Hewitt. Now, if you don't know who Doug is, you're about to find out, and he's joining us right now here live. How you doing, Doug?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Good.
So we've known each other almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2016.
Yeah, it's been quick. Yeah.
It's just like yesterday, man.
Dude, yeah, it is. I told people on the other side of the booth when I was grabbing him, I'm like, we're gonna talk about like when we met. Like, I remember just leaving a large company and breaking out on my own. I'm like, I need to find equipment supplier. I'm like, let's find this out. And I'm like, what is this wholesale solar?
Solar holes.
Oh, solar's wholesale. That's right.
Yeah.
And what is this? And I was like, okay, let's figure it. It's close to my house. It's in West Jordan, and I'm gonna go up there and like see what he's got. I walk in, and it's this massive building. I mean, this building's 10, 20, 30,000 square feet, massive building. And I walk to the back, and he's like, hey, come check it out. There's like 6, 7 offices up front. Just come check it out. I got this warehouse. I'm like, I walk in. This warehouse is full of stuff. And there's probably 20 solar panels.
Yeah.
And maybe like 10 pieces of racking and like 3 boxes of stuff. And I'm talking to Doug, young Doug, and he's like, I'm changing the market. I'm disrupting it. I'm like, all right, how are you doing this? And then 6 months later, we are selling more stuff. You're selling tons of stuff. I'm helping install it. We're permitting it. We're learning through the process very quickly. And 10 years later, we're still changing the market. Now, tell us your role and where you're at now.
So now I'm the U.S. Country Director for APsystems. And I guess that started in January of this year.
Yeah.
So I've been with APsystems for 2.5 years or so. But when I was introduced to AP I think it was 2016 or 17. Remember we did that?
Yeah,
job?
I think it was 17. The first job we did in Utah, the first one, you brought me these micros that had 4 inputs, and I'm like, what in the heck? This kind of spider web is this, right? It was a fun learning curve.
Yeah, that's when we started, and kind of bounced back and forth, between AP, but we really settled on it. I think it was around 2018. And we just went full AP systems. I was looking for a different solution other than what was being offered at the time. So
yeah, and we both had our pros and cons through what systems we used. I'm pretty agnostic when it comes to installing solar, but when you find a product that you can install quick at a great price, at a great warranty, and just the time on the roof was my most consideration. Like, I remember even going back to like different racking and mountain types, like when we found out that, hey, we have a racking solution that has the same nut and bolt on every aspect. I don't have to carry a different device. And then we have, I don't have to tear up shingles anymore to get a flashing under there. I don't have, like, all those things were like very early in the industry, and it wasn't too many years ago that we were doing that. So it was fun, and like I didn't have to really hunt and find these things. You were. I mean, you spent a lot of time in the market researching the industry, and so that was impressive. You always had new things coming up.
always trying to find the next best thing, right? Or I guess whatever made it easier for our customers and our installers, right? Because, I mean, I got started on the DIY side, and that's kind of how I started opening up my business, was teaching people how to install. So I had to make it as simple as possible for homeowners, So, that's how I got going with it.
Yeah, and it's probably your fault that I'm actually behind the mic right now, because
I can't stay away from you, man.
Yeah, I know. There's some cool love and some synergy there. But I remember you're like, hey, we're gonna teach this class to these guys that want solar on their house but don't know how. Can you come help them learn?
Yeah.
Sure. So we started in a cold warehouse, probably in December, January. Nobody's putting solar on. We weren't selling a lot then, but then it was like, hey, we need to do something. So like every weekend or every other weekend, we were doing in-house DIY class on a real roof inside a warehouse, having fun, like putting holes in a roof and showing them how to do solar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. That was a great brainchild.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea was back in, let's say, 2016. I think there was 100 or so solar companies in Utah. That's when things were popping, right?
Yeah.
Everybody had a door-to-door company. I didn't have any experience in door-to-door, and just needed to do something different. And so, started on the DIY side. But I was like, okay, if I can make this a non-pressure, like, come in, let me show you how to install it, most people would probably want me to install it anyways. And that's typically what happened. I mean, yeah, there's a few people that would do it themselves, and that's fine. But, that's kind of how this, like, our cost of acquisition was so low, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was advertising on free sites to do a class. And I remember one of the classes we did, I think we had like 50 people show up.
Yeah.
And so
It was impressive, and it was fun. Obviously, talking solar about like what we were doing and how we were doing is great. And I still remember there's plenty of projects where we'd sell them, or you'd sell them, and then we'd close and deliver the job, and then 3 months goes by, you call them, hey, that job's not up and going. I don't see it in the portal. You're like, hey, do you need help? And they're like, yeah, my wife wants, get it out of the garage, get it on the roof, right? Because they spent a bunch of money and it's sitting in the garage.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That happened more than once.
Yeah, yeah. It was
2 months later, like, hey, still haven't installed it. Will you guys just come do it? Like,
yeah.
right.
I remember there's one in, was it Lehigh or Highland, and he sells it, and I go install a job down the street from him, and I'm like, hey, there's a bunch of panels on the side of the house, on the carport.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, Doug, check this address. And of course, you sold it to him, and we called him up, and he hadn't installed it yet. So that was another job. And so we worked at different companies for quite a while, and back and forth, and helped support each other. But then you gave me a huge opportunity to come and run operations for you, and that was probably the funnest year and a half, 2 years of my life. We had fun. My viral TikTok video came out of that. It was fun. Yeah.
Yep.
If you don't know about this, Doug likes to have fun, and that's what's fun about him. Drifting carts in the warehouse.
Yep.
Flower bomb part. Well, I don't even remember what that was. Basketball with flour with something. I don't.
It was a flower fight. I don't know.
It was
Nerf guns.
Yeah, a dart gun. Yeah, Nerf guns. We're not just talking Nerf dart pump guns that your 6-year-olds running around with. We're talking high power modded, $200-300 guns that were shooting massive balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out my TikTok. You'll find it. Yeah. It's super fun. Doug, tell us what you do after hours. What does Doug do when he goes home on Friday night?
When the lights go out.
Yeah. We are on Teddy Talks After Dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or after hours Teddy Talks. That's what we're doing. So yeah. So.
This is the 18+ crowd now.
Yeah.
Right. So I have 2 boys and a beautiful wife. Do a lot of football with my 11-year-old now. I'm helping coach his team tackle football. And so that takes up a lot of time. Other than that, like as a family, we're usually doing day trips, hikes. We're in Utah, so a lot of hiking. And we love the day trips. We'll go up to Bear Lake for a day, hang out at the beach for a day, and then jet home.
Yeah.
Or Idaho, anywhere we can kind of do that. So I'd say most of my time is spent like doing family stuff. I mean, that's, I guess, pretty normal. Young family,
Yeah, I think that probably 90+% of the time that I call you or we have interactions, you're with your family doing something.
Pretty much.
You're not at home.
Tell my wife that. She thinks we don't do anything, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure. No, we were here. And, yeah.
Well, it's so funny.
I'm gonna send her this video. So.
Dude, I know that. Well, she's gonna listen to this, so she'll hear it, I'm sure. But I know that when you're not at home, you're always doing something, and it's mostly recorded. I mean, you're like an Instagram husband. So you're the hottie behind the video, but she's always doing something. She is more active than any person I know. Yoga classes, 5 a.m. mountain hikes. She's doing all kinds of stuff, and I know she's very into just being outdoors. She loves the outdoors. So, and she drags you and your young boys along with it. So, awesome.
Yeah, I would say that she thinks she drags us as well.
Yeah,
she keeps us active.
It's an accurate statement.
Yeah.
Now, you live in a beautiful area in Utah. You have lots of opportunities out there. It's great. I mean, you can be anywhere from any beach, a coastal line, mountain in a very short distance. and beautiful lakes. What what does Doug do when he relaxes? And you're probably gonna say options trading because, but that I mean that's what you're doing 90% of the time when you're not at work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I wouldn't say that's relaxing, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. What am I doing? Like, just being outdoors, man. I mean, most of the time we're outdoors, going to the pool. I mean, we have pools in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So get out at lunch, just go to the pool for an hour, man. So just always trying to be outside, especially in the summer. We're not much winter people, so we got to make the best use of all the sun as we can.
So some of you guys may not know, but Doug is an avid car guy too. He loves cars, and if he gets to drive a cool thing, like when I met you, I think you still had an Audi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Audi RS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I know that you've been to the track sometimes with some of your guys. You threw some parties at some of the raceways and driven some nice cars, especially when you come to Vegas or do something. That's one of those things you kind of like to do. So yeah.
Yeah. Actually, here in Vegas, you go to Dream Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. McLaren 720, by far the best car I've ever driven in my life. It's not even close.
And don't go golf cart racing with him because he will run you over.
That's right.
Like he is competitive.
I'll look for that apex, man.
All right. Let's ask you. I know that you're gluten-free by choice, and it's always fun to give you hell when we go out to eat.
Yep,
And
every time.
But I'm actually I don't eat bread or calories on that aspect too. Carbs, I try to stay away from it. But you do it for your health. I do it for my weight. But tell us, what is your go-to dessert or favorite thing to eat that's a sweet treat when you choose to?
So my wife makes some gluten-free cookies that are just you wouldn't be able to tell, anyways.
Dude, there was a period. Your wife is very talented, and there's a period where she got super big into sourdough. She got super big into cookies, into cakes, and she was like, I mean, she was like that neighborhood go-to person for all these, and then gluten-free. She's been gluten-free for a while as well.
Yep.
So and honestly, yeah, you have those cookies or you have those treats at your house, and these cupcakes, even gluten-free cupcakes. I'm like, nobody would be able to tell.
No.
And they're usually healthy. They're packed full of good stuff, and you're eating them. You're like, this is good for me. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't complain, man.
No.
Going gluten-free doesn't really change much for me.
No.
I mean, I just have to watch a little bit about what I eat. And yeah, I sometimes I feel like the annoying guy who's like, "Oh, I'm gluten-free." But I mean, at most of these restaurants, they all have gluten-free menus at this point anyways. It's not like it's weird, If I were like gluten-free, vegan, dairy-free, nut-free, then they could bring out
tougher for sure, yeah.
They could bring out some tofu for me or something.
Yeah. Well, I know that our friendship has grown over the last 10 years, and I know that it's fun to work with people you like and trust. We just had Josh on before you as well, a couple podcasts ago. But it's fun to work with people that you enjoy working with, and it makes it for a funner experience. And I know that no matter what happens, we're all still going to be in the same industry, in the same process, whatever that looks like. But thank you for taking me along with you on this fun ride. And it's exciting. There's going to be more to come from Doug on this, and I think we're going to kick off some nostalgia stuff here shortly. APsystems kind of hinted at it. They dug up some 2012, 2013 videos, 14 videos when you were DIY Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been 17.
17,
yeah,
was it 17?
18, yeah.
Yeah, so you may be seeing Doug jump out of
the bushes,
weird random
maybe,
areas.
behind a pallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a pallet, around a pallet, off a pallet, out of a garage. I don't know what it looks like yet, but I know that Teddy Talks and DIY Doug are going to have some fun in the next couple months. We actually have a fun project coming up in Utah next week where we're actually installing a brand new combiner box from APsystems on a 3-phase project.
Yep.
Yeah, that is going to be fun. And it looks gorgeous. I mean, it's not in production yet, but it's very soon, very close, and we get to test it out. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I was without Doug, without that relationship and friendship, and it's fun. I don't live too far away from you, and so it's nice. It's far enough, but it's not. We're not neighbors, but we're neighbors. And
Yeah,
so
we're neighbors. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So awesome. Thanks, Doug. Thanks for what you're doing here. I'm glad that you have the opportunity to run APsystems on the countryside and influence it, because I know that the evolution is going to be so much faster, because the stuff that you're bringing, all the way from when I first met you to the panels and the information and the technology and the knowledge and wealth of knowledge you have, you just don't stay with the status quo. You keep learning, and so that's what impresses me. And it may not look like it, but he can nerd out and talk about power and conversions and math and just as much as I can. I mean, you give me hell because you're like, oh, he just Googles it before you talk to him, but it's fun. It's like one of those weird things. It's like he's got a wealth of knowledge too. So if you have a question, ask him. But awesome, guys. Thank you, Doug. Thank you for coming out and seeing another episode of Teddy Talks. We're live here at RP Plus. We're just about ready to wrap up day 3. We have a couple more interviews left, but more to come from Teddy Talks. Make sure you like and subscribe and tune in for more. Thanks, guys.
I hope you liked that last video. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe right here at this channel to see all the amazing updates coming from Teddy Talks. Now, we're powered by APsystems, and you'll see a lot more coming from us. Hope to see you soon.